What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Giovanni Grande. Today I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about. I thought maybe I'd decompress my mind a little bit, trying to reflect on my life experiences, where I am now exactly. I was walking around the park just now, hence this is why I'm outside for once. I also started getting really bad light lately in my room, so I just decided to shoot some content out here in the park and just enjoy the sun right now. I have the beautiful sun just shining on my face right now, but yeah, it's a little cold right now though. Anyways, yeah, so I was walking around and I started thinking about life. I always do this actually. Whenever I go out for a walk, I start thinking about my life events and start to analyze them, see what I experienced. It's like a movie. And yeah, I'm just super grateful for the things that I have experienced. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm here in Japan, how I got here and stuff. I think it would be good for anybody that's looking for some change in their life and stuff. If you're in your home country per se, if you're in your home country and you're thinking about a different life, something new that you want to experience, new ways to challenge yourself, I highly suggest moving to another country for sure. But I digress. I want to talk a little bit about how I ended up being here after graduating college. After graduating college, I really set out this idea of I really wanted to travel, right? So then I gave away all my stuff and I sold some things and I summed up whatever money I had and I bought a plane ticket to Nepal. And the only reason I wanted to go to Nepal is because maybe a month before that, before going to Nepal, I noticed that the Himalayan mountains were in Nepal, and I wanted to see these mountains since I wanted to see what I could do. And so I bought the plane ticket. There was no real plan for sure, no plan at all. I was just let's just fuck it, let's just go. I'm young, let me just do what I want, right? And so I set off into Nepal and I started traveling around Nepal, India, and Thailand. And this is around COVID, right before COVID hit, right? Now COVID, I still kept traveling, right? But I digress. Yeah, so I was traveling around. I had many cool experiences along the way. I had really amazing experiences, to be honest. I found a connection with God that I never had before. And this is considering that I used to go to church as a kid 3 times a week, but I could never really have this connection with God until my experience somewhere in India, where I set out and I was just looking at this beautiful sunset, and I just saw this beautiful scenery, and I just felt at peace. I felt very happy, like I never felt before. And the sensation I could only describe as being connected to the divine spirituality and all this stuff. And this is what I would say was I felt God for the first time in my life. Yeah, so I found that, and my connection with God just kept getting better and better as time went on. I started I pray every single night, and I never used to pray when I was a kid, so I don't know what to say about that. Anyways, not just that, but I found a lot of cool, difficult situations as well. I ended up being I almost died at one of my hikes. Maybe it was not just one, perhaps maybe twice or something like that. I don't remember exactly right now, but yeah, I've had also really good relationships. I've also had really good relationships with many people along the way. I met many friends, and I just I don't know, it was just really beautiful just going around the world, traveling, meeting a whole bunch of different people. Everybody was so nice, so kind, so giving. And yeah, I just it's just a great experience traveling outside. So I traveled for maybe 3 years, 2 years in full. Maybe 2.5 years. I traveled for 2.5 years, just going around what was it? I was in Southeast Asia, Europe, a little bit of Europe, Mexico. I spent a lot of time in Mexico. These are my roots, so it's a priority to be in Mexico every now and then. So I was traveling around, and then recently came the opportunity to come to Japan, right? I was backpacking Europe, dealing with a breakup, a really, really bad breakup. And then while I was in Paris, I got this work opportunity to come to Japan, and I was let's pack our bags. We already had a bag on our back, but I decided to just come to Japan and just see what life was like here. And I came here, and this is before coming to Japan. I didn't really know anything about Japan. The most I knew about Japan was things I saw off of Naruto, right? If you're a Naruto fan, hats off to you. Naruto's the fucking best. So yeah, I didn't know anything about the culture. I didn't know any Japanese whatsoever. I actually, I'm lying. I did study like hiragana and katakana, but that was about it. That's all I did. Yeah, but I didn't know anything before coming here. And when I got here, it was tough because I didn't know anything about the culture. I didn't know how to navigate the world. It was like walking, like learning how to walk. And it was like a little frustrating, excruciating, and I didn't have any friends to help me out. But, it was a struggle, but I somehow, I figured it out and I got through a whole bunch of things. I learned a whole bunch of stuff. I like developed as a man a lot more here than I ever did before. I'm lying. I've learned throughout all my experiences, but like being here in Japan, because of the obstacles that were put my way, I felt like I got to like manage a whole bunch of it and efficiently, and like I'm really proud of like where I am right now. And not just that, but I also had the opportunity to just be here in one place for a long time. For like now, I just made 2 years here in Japan. So I've been grounded here for 2 years, and it gave me the time and space that I needed to develop like my health, like set out on different types of projects. I started learning Japanese, the language. I got to work on many different things, which is something that you can't really do if you're traveling and moving around from spot to spot. So I'm really grateful that I actually had the opportunity to just stay in one space, have a home. Right now I have a home, and it's like I love it there. I have my own kitchen. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm meeting people every single day, and I'm just having a ball right here. It's just so much fun being in a country that's not your own and learning a whole different way, different way of thinking, everything. So yeah, so I've been having a really good time here in Japan. I'm still learning. There's part of me that wants to like go home only for the sake of money, for sure, because in Japan the wage isn't so good. But this is just a different story, right? Like there's a reason why I'm still here. I really love it here, and I feel like there's like so much opportunity to grow as a person, which is the reason why I'm sticking around. Yeah. Not just that, but for example, like throughout the 2 years that I'm here, I started meeting people and stuff like that. I started making a whole bunch of friends. I think I never had so many connections in my life here, in my life, as opposed to like here. Like being here, I've made so many friends. I've made so many valuable connections, and like just people that are like really like, imagine me, like really. How do I say this? My English is going away. Really, well, this wind is kind of crazy. I'm a little bit worried about my camera. Hopefully it doesn't fall down. Yeah, but I'm trying to say is like people that are like very strong-minded and like really willing to learn. And I don't know, I think it's really beautiful, because the person that I become here, I kind of like found people that kind of match that vibe. And so it's just nice being here for that fact. I want to say, if you are curious about moving to another country, I highly recommend it. It's like, of course, it's going to be really difficult at first, but along the way, you like learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about yourself. You grow as a person. You start doing things that are new, and like you really get the time and space to like extend yourself, extend your personality, extend your way of thinking and stuff. And I think it's really powerful as a person. Of course, it's always going to be the time where like you might want to go back to your home country, and that's totally cool, man, because like shit, I have that feeling as well. Have that feeling of going back to my country, not forever per se, but like the fact that I have the experience of being here in Japan and the experience of being in my home country, I just feel like my person has figured out so much more. Like I feel like I really like extended myself out to the world, and I want to keep doing that because it's just like a great way to learn. It's a great way to grow as a person. I don't know, it's one of the best things I've ever done, moving here to Japan. I'm never gonna regret it. I know a lot of people are like kind of miserable here in Japan as well, but like I don't know, maybe they're not doing it right, maybe they're not like really having an open mind. I feel like if you go to another country, you really have to have an open mind. You really have to like accept that it's gonna be difficult at first. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna close off with that because like the sun's gonna go down in a second, and I have to like shoot some more content in a bit. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is just a little slice of life, a little I'm stumbling my words, a little update on what's going on in my life. Yeah, but I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Very grateful. Peace from Japan.